Hello, this is Warlord 12, and I need to talk about you, YouTube. I want to make sure that we get something straight here, YouTube. So, I'm starting to see that you're saying it voids when it comes to having ad blocker on your website, basically. You're saying that it violates your terms of service? What do you mean, terms of service? Because I know you're not starting some mess, YouTube. I know you're not. Because I'm going to say this. Just because you can stop people from using ad blocker, who are you to tell me or anyone else to turn off ad blocker? We've used ad blocker because we don't want to see ads on YouTube when we're watching our favorite shows or watching our favorite YouTubers or whatever it is. Then in your message, you're trying to act like you actually care about YouTubers. You're trying to act like you actually care about gamers. You don't care about YouTubers and you don't care about gamers. I'm going to get to those things when I get to it, but I'm going to talk about the main thing here with your terms of service when we talk about how you don't want people using ad blocker. Because I'm going to say this. The whole things about ads, some ads, a lot of them out there, I would say at least 70 to 80%, a lot of those ads, they're made in a certain way. They use certain music, they use certain things, so they use subliminal messages to manipulate people. So I don't want to hear nothing about voids terms of service when it comes to, something like stop, not watching an ad when we know what ads are all about in the first place when it comes to the government. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say this. You can have say that, void of terms of service all you want to, or whatever it is, or have your ad blockers and all the other nonsense. But you know what people like me are going to do? We're just going to click off the video. So not only does the creator is not going to be able to make any views off of us or money off of us, but you're going to also lose money as well. You do get what I'm saying, right? So not just you, but also all these other investors and advertisers. You know what I'm saying? And I need to get to this because you don't care about YouTubers. You don't care about gamers. The only thing you care about is your precious advertisers. And I'm getting tired of it. A lot of us are getting tired of it, and we're not having it. We're not putting up with it. You know what I'm saying? There's other websites we can all go to instead of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? There's things like Rumble. There's things like Twitch. There's a lot of different things. There's things like Twitter. There's a lot of different websites out there that we can go to. We don't just need you, YouTube. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us can survive with or without you. Life goes on with or without you, YouTube. Same thing with time. It goes on with or without you. And there are people that are already probably making websites that are going to be better than your platform, YouTube. I want to make sure that I check you. People need to check you. And I already know some other YouTubers are going to check you about this whole thing. Because we're not putting up with your foolishness anymore or any longer. You know what I'm saying? I just had to talk about PlayStation going up on the prices for $159 for their PlayStation Premium. You know what I'm saying? Right now, when it comes to tiers of how bad something is, you're just as bad as PlayStation right now. But I need to say this, like I said, you think that you can control people with the whole ad blocker? And it's funny, because that's what a lot of commercials are all about, is controlling people. And you're trying to control people with your, your anti-ad blocker stuff? Excuse me? No, excuse you. Because here's the thing. We don't need ad blocker to not watch, YouTube commercials. You know what we can do? We just turn off the YouTube. We turn off your website, and we'll go do something else. We'll move on like we've always have been. We'll move on to play our games offline, or we'll move on to watch our own movies, without your website, YouTube, because we have DVD players. There's a lot of different things that we could use instead of your platform. If I want to, I can go to watch Netflix. What I'm saying is, we don't need you, YouTube. You need us. I don't mean to sound cocky, but what I'm saying is, you think that you have all the cards on the table. You think you have everyone wrapped around your thumb, but you don't. You're overstepping your boundaries, and we're not putting up with it. So back to what I was saying about how you don't care about YouTubers and how you don't care about gamers, how I know about that stuff already. See, when it comes to YouTubers, you already have something going on with your algorithm where it's all over the place and you don't care about YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? Then then you have certain things going on with, saying your agreement or whatever it is when it comes to whatever it is you have to for your terms of services and everything like that. It's like a lot of the times it's almost like a last minute thing with you. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to your rules, like first your rules say something about one thing, and then like you'll change your rules last minute when people already made their videos. You do get what I'm saying, right? This is what I'm talking about. How we know you don't care about YouTubers because we've already seen how difficult it is for you to get in contact with other people because you choose not to. You know what I'm saying? Or like I should say you get in contact with certain YouTubers when you feel like it or you just don't. And I've already talked about your company, YouTube as a whole, you know what I'm saying? For a lot of the stuff that's been going on, that's not even fair in the first place. But like I said, I understand it's not about whether it's fair or not. However, you know what I'm saying? There has to be a middle ground somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this is where a lot of us draw the line with you, YouTube, because you don't control everything. You don't control anyone or anything. I want to make sure I make that clear. But like I said, you're not doing this. You're not. I'm going to have to tell you like it is, man. And especially since you've gotten way out of control with your rules and regulations, and you're saying, oh, you can't curse. This is how I know you don't care about YouTubers. You're saying that people can't curse on your platform. Okay, you can't curse. But here's the thing. You won't say that to a celebrity when they curse up a storm on your platform, right? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to their music videos and all the grotesque, disgusting things that will come out of a person's mouth and how they curse, but you won't touch their channel. You won't do not one thing. You won't do squat to their channel. For a celebrity's channel, you won't do squat. But when some other YouTuber is cursing up a storm, oh, you'll do something about it, right? You'll take down their channel and their video, but you won't do not one single thing to a celebrity. I want to make that clear. And when we talk about, oh, you care about gamers? No, you don't care about gamers. Because like I said, when it comes to, and I'm going to say this before I really get into it, right? Because people, when it comes to things like homosexuality and, LGBTQ and all this transgender stuff, whatever it is, right? I want to say this. For those that want to say that, saying they want to keep calling other people names and call them this or call them that just because they call out homosexuality or they call out the problems with, transgender, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You want to start stuff like that, right? I'm going to say this. If you get to say all these other different things, I'm going to say that you're this. You know what I'm saying? What you're doing is being alithophobic. And you're also being heterophobic. So those are two things, right? Now, lithophobic has to do with being afraid of someone who tells the truth. And that's what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because we already know how you work. You know what I'm saying? LGBTQ. We already know how people in that group work. You know what I'm saying? They'll say certain things to stop you from saying anything. You know what I'm saying? They'll say stuff that's not even true in the first place. You know what I'm saying? But they'll just get other people to believe what they're saying, you know what I'm saying, to stop anyone else from saying anything. That's how they operate. That's how they work. Whatever it is, right? They'll try to say things like, oh, you're bullying, or, you know what I'm saying? They'll say certain words to stop you from saying anything. But like I said, right? You want to say stuff like, oh, you're being homophobic. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. I'm like, if you get to say homophobic, then I get to say what you're doing is alithophobic. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is stop playing these stupid, foolish, childish games. The childish games stops today. You know what I'm saying? Now, other than that, like I said, how I know you don't care about gamers, YouTube, is because when a true gamer, calls out, homosexuality or transgender stuff in a video game, you know what you do, YouTube? You decide to take down that person's comment. You stop that person's, you stop that person from making their comment. Why? Because they told the truth about, not buying a video game because it has homosexuality in it or transgender stuff in it. You know what I'm saying? And you're saying that you care about gamers and gaming? No, you don't, because you don't even know the first thing about gaming. You know what I'm saying? This is what I said before. I suggest that if you're going to say that you care about gamers, I would highly suggest, that you start doing your research on the history of gaming and gamers. Because we don't put up with homosexual stuff in our games. We don't put up with all that transgender stuff in our video games. We don't like it. We don't want it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to call it out for games like Final Fantasy 16 or games like Street Fighter 6. Don't sit here and tell me you actually care about gamers when we all know you don't. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Especially with that situation that came down to what happened with that whole Call of Duty situation. Because I already said more than enough about that problem. And I already told you about the things that's wrong with homosexuality and transgender. You get what I'm saying? But like I said, people want to make any excuses. Like they want to say stuff like hate speech. People will always use the excuse hate speech. There is no hate of what I'm saying. I'm only telling you the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing that people run to, is saying hate speech. Why? So they can shut you up. Because when people know you're telling the truth, they don't want you to say anything. And they don't want anyone else to know the truth. And that's like you as well, YouTube. How you'll do whatever it takes to shut people up when they're telling the truth. And I know this for a fact because I've seen how you work, YouTube. I've been on here, as far as making videos, maybe 1 or 2 years. But as far as overall, just being on YouTube, watching videos, seeing how things work on your chat, on the platform, I've been on here for more than 10 to 15 years and even longer than that. So I already know how you operate, YouTube. And there's a lot of people who already know more than enough about you. People who have dirt on you. People who already have evidence. You know what I'm saying? People who have receipts on how you operate and what you do and how you do, YouTube. So don't make any excuses like you care about YouTubers and you care about gamers. And then you want to throw in hate speech because you can't handle the truth. This is Warlord 12 and I'm out. YouTube, you need to cut it out right now. We're not playing with you.